Okay, good morning, folks. We're going to take up change of topic 660, which is the opioid settlement bill. And Lori, do we have a new draft? It's on our website. Is this out there?
It's there.
It's there. Okay. Somebody's got their sound on.
Oh, that's right. Don't like when I forget.
Do you? Oh, it's Katie.
Oh, no, it's not me.
I didn't know who it was. Okay. So refresh if you have it open and open up Friday and open up 660 draft 4.1.
60 draft 4.
Okay.
Let's see.
Nolan, before we move, so there's been some discussion back and forth with the health department about the syringe services, which on our great spreadsheet that you put together has down at the bottom the contingency management syringe services and OPC as to be funded, but not this year. There seems to be some ongoing issues that the communication between the syringe service providers and the health department about access to that current 850. And so what I've asked Katie to do is to include 850 in here. Because there is funding to do it, and it is one of the 4 areas that we said that we would fund on an ongoing basis. If that number needs to be adjusted as it moves downstairs, then it can be adjusted, but I don't have specific information from the health department to say what portion of 850 it might be. So we're going to go with what the, last year's funding was. And Representative McGuire and Representative Eustis have met with the health department. They've asked about this particular issue, and maybe the two of you want to share anything that you might have learned, or if it still left you with more questions, which is sort of what I understood.
Still processing it, but it has left me with more questions. In a nutshell, it seems that there has been a significant amount of this money not yet allocated to these services. Therefore, the decision was made to not use this 850 because there was already a significant amount of funding left over in that bucket. Thing is, though, that money is obligated and allocated to the things. They just haven't received it, and those adjustments have not been made in the grants yet, which still leads, well, why would we not have access to the upcoming funding? So I am in 100% support of putting this in there. That way they do have access. The reasoning behind why it has not been made available is still unknown to me.
Do you have anything to add to that?
Other than I think our decision last year to not fund it or not include it was not indicative of what the money was available. It just didn't get out of the house. And so, yeah.
Okay. So Katie, could you walk us through draft 4.1, please?
Sure.
Office of Legislative Council.
We have a draft 4.1 on the website. You'll see it has a watermark that says draft. The editors are looking and preparing a clean draft now. So your section 1 is your appropriations in fiscal year 27. The following sums appropriated from the opioid abatement special fund. And subdivision 1, you have $455,000 to the Department of Health to fund 26 outreach or case management staff positions within the preferred provider network for the provision of services that increase the motivation of and engagement with individuals with substance use disorder in settings such as police barracks, shelters, social service organizations, and elsewhere. And then in B, you have the intent language. This is the same language that was in Act 16 last year, not the same appropriation. Subdivision 2, $1.6 million to the Department of Health for recovery residency certified by VTAR. And then you have the intent language again, that it would be funded annually at not less than the fiscal year 27 level. Subdivision 3 is 850,000 to the Department of Health for syringe services. It's the intent of the General Assembly that this be funded annually at not less than fiscal year 27 levels. That was supposed to be the injection site. I pulled from the wrong section. I'll have to go back. I'm sorry. I'll keep going and then I'll go back and correct it. 1.1 million to the Department of Corrections to provide peer recovery center coaches in Vermont correctional facilities and in probation and parole offices to provide group and individual coaching and reentry support, which will not be used to cover administrative expenses.
Can I ask you a question? I'm sorry, I don't understand what you said. You have to go back and fix.
This was supposed to be I pulled from Act 16 too quickly. This was supposed to be the injection, and I pulled syringe services. They were both 850, I guess.
But the injections,
It is syringe services.
Did it not specifically say injection? I have to go back. Hold on. Is that what you wanted, syringe services? I thought you wanted injection.
Wait, are you talking about OPC?
Yeah.
No,
no,
no.
this
I
is.
wanted syringe.
Yeah.
I did it correctly.
Yeah, that's what I read.
was wrong, but she was right.
Friday. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was like, I don't know, I don't know what you're gonna change because it looks okay to me.
Okay, good. I'm sorry. I was reading it and then I was like, oh, I pulled the wrong thing.
You're not putting the OPC in.
Thank
there.
you. Sorry to create confusion. That was my fault.
No worries.
So we're on subdivision 4, 1.1 to DOC to provide peer recovery center coaches in Vermont correctional facilities and in probation and parole offices. Provide group, we just did this one, group and individual coaching and reentry support, which shall not be used to cover administrative expenses. Subdivision 5, 250,000 to the Department for Children and Families, OEO, to support long-term programs at shelters for individuals experiencing homelessness, including harm reduction supports, transportation to recovery, meetings and appointments, and clinical nursing programs. Subdivision 6 is 1.2 to the Department of Health for the creation of new recovery residence beds at NAR level 3 or higher in geographically diverse regions of the state.
Ian has a question.
Yeah, if I'm remembering wrong, that's fine, but I thought we were combining from another area, which is where the geographically diverse.
Mhm.
We wanted the specific,
You wanted the specific, okay.
No,
yeah, we wanted the specific Brattleboro, Midbury, Addison.
well, maybe,
Randolph
but that's
districts.
not what I was raising.
Oh,
I thought that we didn't want to lock because it was combining two, but we didn't want to lock in 100% of that money to have to be level 3 or higher.
But I remember too. I was gonna say the same thing.
yes, that's accurate.
So just strike level 3 or higher
Yes.
and then bring in the towns from the other that were listed previously.
Well, no,
No,
no, because we actually are wanting specific. This is to create that level that's with insufficient beds in the state.
Yes, yeah.
So we want at least 1 million or 900,000 of that to go towards creation of that
right,
level 3.
but some,
higher, right?
some still for,
They already got a significant amount of allocations in regards to those recovery beds. That number, I would recommend level 3 or higher remains because that is directly specified to a level of service that is rather not as adequately funded as the
that's
other
not what the
higher.
committee said. The committee said 900,000 for the level 3 and 300,000 for the broader new recovery residences in that list of geographic areas.
Yeah, the department just asked us to combine these. So the reason they have 1.2 million is because they combined
The 900 and
We-
300.
and the 300.
Okay.
So we're meeting their same recommendation.
Mhm.
So we want at least 900 of it to go to the level 3 or higher.
At least, or 900.
Or up to. Eric, I want to make sure you're on the committee
Yeah.
there, so.
Yeah, 900,000 to level 3 or higher, and then the 300,000
for that, those
the new-
geographic
yes.
lists.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, I'll make that change.
And when we add the towns, can add or other identified areas, so it's not, we don't get locked into it. Yeah.
Okay. 248,000 to the Department of Health for the pre-hospital Vermont EMS buprenorphine treatment prevent program to expand training for emergency services providers on caring and administering buprenorphine after administering naloxone. Subdivision 8, 35,000 to the Department of Health to subsidize room and board for individuals and Rutland Mental Health Services Transitional Housing Program. Subdivision 9, 237, 646 to the Department of Health for distribution to the Springfield Project Actions Public Safety Enhancement Team Coordinator positions in Bennington, Springfield, Brattleboro, St. Jay, and the Central Vermont for the purpose of providing administrative support, meaning facilitation, data tracking, outreach, event coordination, and sustainability planning. And then sections 2, 3, and 4 are your reversion sections. Those have not changed since the last time you looked at the draft, so I'll slide over those for now. Section 5 is a new section since you've last seen it. This is a permanent amendment in the opioid settlement advisory committee charge. This subsection C lists the powers and the duties of the advisory committee. And then there's a sentence added towards the end that says each funding proposal considered by the advisory council shall include a sustainability plan from the applicant to ensure consideration of future expenses and available resources.
So I just have a question about that, because we actually, I guess that's it, broad enough. Is that as a committee, if that is, has broad enough intent for what we were looking for? Because some of the things that are funded this year are ongoing services, and so I guess I'm just trying to make it clear, because we did hear feedback that people were surprised they weren't getting funded a second year. And it was obviously not a one-year project, so.
I guess I would,
Yeah.
perhaps we add a clause at the end, just clarifying that this is considerations for future expenses and available resources absent or outside of opioid settlement abatement funds.
Well, and it doesn't have to be each funding, it's each funding proposal that is ongoing in nature or something like that. Some of them are one time, some of them are like startup, resources and,
Just start off.
or just education,
Ongoing funding proposals.
right?
Yeah.
Funding proposals that are
They're
ongoing,
Or
yeah.
ongoing project.
That do not include the opioid settlement fund, yeah.
Yeah.
Your ongoing sustainability plan can't be, get more money for you.
Yeah.
Kitchen.
Are we done with this,
Are we done with that?
that sentence?
Go ahead.
So in this section, with my deep apologies for forgetting to raise this until now, but I feel I've been very negligent in my duties in connection with the former, what's the name of the committee? The former Health Equity Committee and the subgroup that's ongoing from it. And that is the reminder of our principles on the wall there and bringing them to every bill and looking at, is it relevant here and should we include them? I would like to include where we have the list of who needs to be involved or give input to the committee to add after substance misuse oversight and prevention council. I'm sorry, it would be bottom of page 6, top of page
Thank you.
7, to add the Health Equity Commission.
Not sure that's their name, but
No,
I know
it's
what you're
committee
talking
or
about.
council or.
Equity advisory, yeah, I know where it is.
Yeah.
anybody have any problems with that? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good.
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yep.
A new section 6, fiscal year 2028 proposal suspension. The opioid settlement advisory council shall not accept new funding proposals from the special fund for fiscal year 28. It instead shall review the outcomes of programs and initiatives previously funded through the opioid abatement special fund to assess effectiveness and long-term sustainability where applicable.
The only thing that I would add here is an exception for those 4 areas that we've said would have annual funding.
And so that, sorry, but that makes me wonder up at the top of the, and maybe I'm just not thinking correctly, but we have a B section under 2 of them talking about continuing forward, and then we don't have it any longer under the 3rd and 4th.
Can you give us a page
Yeah.
and line reference?
So, for instance, it's, the B section that's inserted at the top of page 2 is the intent of the General Assembly to fund annually. We have that for the first 2, number 2A and 3A, but we don't have that same language for 4A, 4 and 5, and I don't know whether we should.
Ah.
4 being on page 2, line 8.
Lining. So the outreach and case management staff,
Yep,
it has that language.
yep.
Okay. The recovery residences has the language. The syringe services has the language. And the only one that doesn't, there's only 4, and the 4th one is
That's
overdose
OPC.
prevention center, and we're not doing that this year.
I see, okay, there we go.
Our bill.
Well, just looking.
It may come back to us.
Just
You were
looking-
looking for 4.
Yeah,
The 4th one is the OPC.
thank you.
While we're there, 2 of the references say not less than fiscal year 2027 level. But 1B, page 1, is not. It said shall be funded annually. I don't know if that's intentional or not. It's just a difference in this.
Yeah, I actually like the more general language, Katie.
The one on page 9.
I'll strike out the reference to the
Not-
fiscal year.
All of the others.
Yeah, the
There's
reference.
uniformness.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Nolan.
And then a question, this proposal suspension. I'm wondering if I'm missing something. We have that they're going to suspend getting new proposals. Does that render moot our language above that we just talked about, that make sure there's a sustainability plan? Because they're not receiving new.
Oh, for each funding proposal,
No,
right.
but when they do, they have to have one with a plan. If that's just for FY 28,
Looking at.
Oh, that language is in statute, whereas
this
the,
is gonna be in the yellow, the white pages or
Right.
whatever, session law.
Okay.
It's
where
totally
the fiscal
specific.
year only is,
Section 6 is white book, the other is green book.
Right.
Thank you.
And we just amended that to say, except for those 4 areas that we've committed to funding.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, go ahead.
I don't do anything, but the opioid, the council committee, we would be responsible for establishing the protocols and procedures in regards to how we will measure outcomes and programs. We'd be responsible for putting those mechanisms together, correct?
Yeah, we tried language last year. People didn't really pick up on it.
Yeah, because I do remember the push to where we wanted to get some level of whether they are responsible for providing a report after 6 months and after 1 year. And I know that they're not.
But it's like, what are the outcome measures? So are they, is it, if it's around prevention, it's one thing, if it's around establishment, I think it's different things.
All right,
But yes, that way would be, it's not intent for us to do it.
it's intended for, yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna raise my hesitancy. I know we discussed kind of putting these extra projects, these prevention ones over in the budget, and then now I'm just reading it and for the tight budget year, I don't know if you've heard any feedback from the department on using those funds. Now I'm just concerned that we might see those really important projects, a lot of them that do speak at equity and that kind of prevention aspect, which we don't see in these other ones, that they may disappear in the final, the final budget. So I guess. Yeah,
Is it possible, Katie, to put it in both places? So to direct those projects be funded through prevention funds, but include them in here and also have us put language in the budget? I know it's not normally done that way.
That will work out fine if it doesn't get changed anywhere and it sort of is duplicative in both places. But if it, if a number is changed in one of the bills, then
change the both.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't normally like to do it, but I understand what's being said, that people just don't see it, they're and concerned about it. And this, we would be directive in this bill as opposed to appropriation. We'll hear whether appropriations will think it's a good idea or not. They'll give us feedback when they amend our bill. So if we could include it, that would be good. Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm sorry, but I wasn't here for this discussion for the pilot program for the wound care. Will that be something that they're gonna expect to be paid for after the opioids monies are gone? It's on page, it's the first time I must have missed it. This page 4, number 14.
Line 14.
It's a pilot program and these funds aren't gonna last forever. I don't wanna see it moved over to the general budget.
Page 4, what? I'm sorry.
Page 4.
Oh, line
Number
14.
Line
14. Could there be wording in there, and
That's actually a reversion. So that's money.
That's money that they're giving
Going back.
back.
ooh, good. I like those.
Right, if you look on your spreadsheet,
I got
the
it.
lines below the red,
Yeah,
that's money they're giving back.
my kind of pleasure. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, any other questions or comments on this draft? And Katie will go work her magic. It'll go through editing, and then what we'll do is we'll vote on it this afternoon after our witnesses are here. Okay?
Okay.
You need anything else, Katie?
No.
Okay. All right, so you're off until 1, and please, be back here at 1, and we have a couple of witnesses, and then we'll vote on this, and then that will be the end of our committee meeting for today.
Did you guys talk about the budget to let
Oh.
Lori know?
No, we didn't talk about that, but a reminder to let Lori know. Because she is the master scheduler and she has to work her magic, and remember, Monday is a holiday, so. She will need to, she will need to send out emails, as many as possible today, so they see them, so, okay?
Can you copy,
Yeah, would you copy Ray and I with whatever you sent to Lori? That'd be great, just so I have an idea of